What's going on YouTube? Gabe here with ReviewDork. Today we're talking about AMC price action. As we could see here, it is down. It is down 2.5% at $9.61. And a lot of people are attributing this to the live stream interview between Treys and the Wolf on Wallstreet. Now we're going to get to that in a second. What I want to talk about is the difference between conviction and confirmation bias. Now, I'm just going to throw it right out there. I'm probably going to get a lot of crap for this, but when you invest in anything, in any stock, you do so with conviction. The relationship is between you, the stock, and the broker. It's your opinion. Now we go on Webull and we go into comment section and we see a lot of comments selling at 10,000, not 950. Wrong price. Eat up these discounts. Once a month specials. Is this the dip before the squeeze? I'm pretty new with all this, so well, we don't know. That's the thing with the squeeze. We don't know. Now, as for pricing, well, I've had a wedge on the AMC stock for quite some time, and the stock is still trading within this wedge. It has to figure if it's going to go up or go down. But what we see is that with news such as King Kong Godzilla, the CEO jumping in, these type of things, this stock is a highly emotional stock. And let's really dig in on this, right? So Treys, this guy is just awesome. He's a young kid, has a crap load of conviction in AMC stock, and he is transparent to a fault and almost naive to a fault. He's a young guy. Listen, bro, you're on YouTube. You're doing your thing, right? You're sharing your opinion. Do not ever feel bad for sharing your opinion. Right? Your community is built on like-minded individuals. So like-minded individuals will naturally gravitate to your opinion. So do not ever be apologetic for your conviction. Do not ever feel the overwhelming sensation of having to prove yourself to a specific community, because at the end of the day, you're on camera, I'm on camera, Ralph Castaneda on camera, Jeffrey Forbes on camera, Wrench Capital on camera. Well, he's not really on camera. The guy's just got like this amazing radio voice. He could be like Barry White, stunt double. If you get that joke, you get that joke. If you don't, you don't. Oh well. All right. So Treys, he literally put his money where his mouth is. He spent $10,000 to get the Wolf on Wallstreet on board, and they had a very open and honest, if I dare say, cryptic discussion, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But I also want to talk about Ralph Castaneda because, well, Trey's been under fire. Ralph has been under fire now. Ralph is taking a position of, I sold all of my stake in AMC because he felt like he was forfeiting opportunity elsewhere, and his thesis has changed, and he's gotten a lot of flack for that. And this is why I talk about, when you invest with what you can afford, right? So I have 1,800 shares of AMC stock, but my portfolio isn't strangled by my position on AMC. I'm able to invest in other positions and still make money. And to my choosing, my own discretion, I can decide to take those gains and buy even more AMC stock. I tell you what, to each his own. If I came to you 15 years ago and said, well, Tesla is going to trade around $900 a share in another 15 years. Let's just say, right? In a perfect vacuum, you're saying to yourself, well, damn, can you guarantee that? No, you can't guarantee that. So any smart investor would say, okay, you know what? Electronic vehicles are the way of the future. Let me go ahead and invest in electronic vehicles. I can see the potential. You're speculating. But are you going to throw everything into it? No, because, well, that's fool's money at the time. You want to make sure that your portfolio is made up of fool's money and smart money. With Treys, calling him a shill and saying, hey, that live stream didn't work out too well for him. And guys, that live stream was brilliant, and Jordan Belfort was brilliant. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cue in onto my favorite part of the video where he talks about the Aston Martin car that he purchased with his fiance.
I just bought a new car I just bought a new car for my fiance, right? I got her beautiful Aston Martin, the truck, new one, right? $220,000, right? And I went into the dealership and we looked at that, looked at a few of the cars, and I was going to just buy her a car. You know, she wanted a car, right? And I was going to buy her a car. And I was going to pay for the car, like give them the money. And then the guy says to me, "Don't do that. Just you have good credit. Your credit's perfect. Just we'll give you the car. Just pay us $2,600 a month."
So, Aston Martin car, AMC. Now, it was really mind-boggling to hear a man say, "I was going to go in and purchase this vehicle for $220,000 cash." No, wealthy people do not buy depreciating assets cash like that unless they're expecting the value of that vehicle to go up. Look at Jerry Seinfeld. He is an avid car collector, but he collects cars because he knows that the value of these vehicles are going up. So when I heard Jordan Belfort say that the dealership told him, "Hey, why not give us $2,600 a month cash?" And, he then further exclaimed like, "Hey, that's what dinner cost me." I don't really think he was purposely bragging about his financial ability. And $2,600 a month $2,600 on dinner a night? Like, bro, what? Wow, what are you buying? But I think he was purposely trying to get us to pay attention and clue us in that he was really talking about AMC, Aston Martin car. Now, who is Jordan Belfort? Jordan Belfort's the Wolf on Wall Street. This man did prison time for pump and dump schemes. Do you really think he wants to go on record and say, "Everyone buy AMC"? And let's say today we're not looking at $9.56. We're looking at $18, $20. Who is the SEC going to start looking at? Just really, really think about it. And then to drive the point further, and he talks about real estate, and then I'm going to share with you guys. It's just really going to blow your mind. Let's roll that clip.
I have friends that are buying houses right now that are $10 million houses, and they'll put down $2 million and borrow $8 million on an interest-only loan at 3%, and they're paying $20,000 a month to live in an $8 million house. A $10 million house.
That's insane.
That's not normal.
Yeah.
Like
real estate. He talks about his buddy taking an interest-only loan. Whoa. An interest-only loan. And I'm going to tie this up really, really quickly in a second. An interest-only loan on a $10 million house. Why would you do that? Well, the wealthy operate in different ways. Now, if you were to rent a home, the general rule is you rent out a home monthly at 1% of the value of the home. So if you purchase the home for $200,000, you're looking to get $2,000 a month in rent, right? Now, what would, using that equation, if you were to rent a $10 million house, what would your rent be per month using the 1% rule? $100,000. So when the wealthy engage in interest only, they're engaging in what's called an ARM, a 1-3 ARM or 1-5 ARM, which is an adjustable rate mortgage. And after those 3 years or 5 years, now you're exposed to the market. You're exposed to the interest rate of the market. But a $10 million home and paying only $20,000 in interest, right? You live in San Francisco for 3 years, you live on interest only, and then you sell it. And now, hopefully you have capital gains now and you just paid the interest. That's all you did. You rented it. You borrowed the money from the bank to rent the property. So now let's go back to the car, because he was talking about the Aston Martin car, and I like to think that that was AMC. So what are the banks doing? What are the hedgies doing? They are borrowing the shares, and they're doing so with the idea that there will be a massive payout. They're not actually owning the shares. But what happens if the value isn't what they expect it to be. Now, they're shorting, so they're betting the value is going to go down, right? We're betting the value is going to go up. They put themselves in negative equity, which now they have to cover the share price. Really that simple. So when we think about what the Wolf on Wall Street, Jordan Belfort, was saying, and he put those two things together, the Aston Martin car and the real estate, right? He's telling you, if you borrow, it's cheaper to borrow. You know, debt's cheap, very, very cheap to borrow. But when that time comes, you better have the money. And I think, you know, what Jordan did was really smart. And I really feel like Treys Trades shouldn't be so hard on himself. But Ralph, I hope you make some money. And Trey, listen, man, just stay rocking and rolling, man. Do what you're doing. Don't change. Your conviction hasn't changed. The fundamentals in the company has not changed. And that Jordan Belfort interview was badass. All right, and thank you for, you know, putting up that 10 grand to have him on there. It's pretty energetic, isn't he? Anyways, this is Gabe with ReviewDork. I'm signing out. Peace.